Welcome to the Nicholas Brown Podcast, a podcast talk show about real estate investing, business leadership, and personal development. Each week, we explore current real-life case studies about how to build financial independence through investing in real estate to build your personal portfolio through passive income models, along with interviews from the top business leaders and personal development leaders. Now, here's your host, Nicholas Brown.
Welcome to the show, everyone. This is another episode, and I know I said that time is special, but this is special because I have a daughter, and my grandmother. She raised me. Just women raised me in this leadership, and we need more people in this type of field, leaders, which is women that stand out. And I wanted to stand out to the universe, ladies and gentlemen. When I say that, she understand, but you understand what I mean, though. But I'm so excited, and I appreciate her time. I'm gonna get straight to it, but before I get to it, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. And make sure you guys download if you are listening in on there. So let's begin. Today's guest is Vinki Loomba. Vinki Loomba is an entrepreneur and strategist with a background in commercial real estate, information technology, and academia. She loves to help busy professionals build wealth through passive real estate investing. She is a seasoned business leader with over 20 years of experience in overseeing the effective execution of synchronized projects focusing on quality, timeliness, and functionality. She is an expert in strategic planning and management with a strong ability to transform as-is organizations into industry leaders. Her in-depth experience as an IT professional drives her systematic approach to multifamily and commercial real estate investing. Vinki is the CEO and founder of Loomba Investment Group, which is positioned for exponential growth. For more information, feel free to reach Vinki at Loomba Investment Group, which is www.lombinvest.com. Welcome to the show, Vinki.
Thank you so much, Nicholas, for
All right.
inviting me. I'm so delighted to be here.
Right, I'm excited, man. And I'm honored to have you. Just a story, what they said, ladies and gentlemen. And if you guys are watching in on YouTube and if you're listening, make sure you subscribe. There's a story, there's an episode that I had before, but they said there's three things you need to focus on when you're doing syndicating investing: time, talent, and treasure. So I'm spending my time. I learned this from one of the authority figures that's on here. They told me about this. So, but it's all about networking too. I had the honor to meet Vinki on a networking event that they were networking, and that's how I came across the Vinki. But Vinki, I'm just gonna make this short, and I appreciate your time. So we focus on three things on this show, ladies and gentlemen. If it's your first time watching on YouTube, or if it's your first time listening in, it's three things we focus on. We focus on motivation, teaching, and perspective. So I'm just going to go through the question, and in time we may get a little bit deep because, ladies and gentlemen, before that, we got a vibe here, me and Vinki. We focus on certain things we have mutual understanding about. So it's about I can get on another episode if I want because of leaderships and vibes. We're on the same path, the law of attraction. So Vinki, what got you started? What motivated you to get into multifamily investing?
That's a really good question. And I asked that question to myself, actually. I
Okay.
do have background in real estate before. I was a commercial broker in my previous life with my W-2.
Okay.
And but at that time, I was trying to juggle two full-time jobs, my W-2 and commercial real estate. So I put my real estate career on hold. And now when I left my W-2, I just landed right back into real estate because that was my sweet spot.
Okay. Is that your kind of like your passion, and that's what is love the after effect of happening? What's so sweet about it? What's your sweet spot? What motivates you?
What motivated was when I left my W-2,
Sure.
I thought I'm retired, I'm done, I'm not going to work anymore. That was the direction I was going. But then one day I just woke up with this strong feeling. I call it an epiphany that all these years I spent so much time in academia and so much experience as I have gathered as a business leader over the
Right.
years. And if I die today, everything will get wasted.
Hmm.
So why would I want to do that if I do not need much, I can take that and I can just give back to the
Well,
society or the
right.
people who need it. Maybe I don't need to work for myself, but I can use my talent, my unique gifts that I have to serve others. And that was my passion, or I'll say, call it
Wow.
my why,
Right.
that I stepped right back into real estate and became an entrepreneur to make a difference.
So at times it doesn't feel like a job to you. I'm thinking, right? It's kind of a passion.
No, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not a job to me. I just really, really enjoy that. I don't even feel like I'm working. It's just like my daily routine. I can work maybe 20 hours a day. I don't feel tired
Exactly.
because it's something that I just love that I'm doing, and it just doesn't feel like a chore.
Right. And ladies and gentlemen, once you're watching or listening in, if you're not part of LinkedIn, you can go on LinkedIn, and she has a YouTube channel. But on LinkedIn, when we attend these networking events where I see Vinki attend and conduct, she's very passionate about it. She wants to do what it takes to help you out and help her surroundings. So I appreciate you on that, Vinki. So I
Thank
know
you.
you're passionate about it, but ladies and gentlemen, you'll see results. I promise. I promise. You promise if you just apply that. So you was in the IT. What were you? What was your? So you also professor, right? You're a professor.
Yes. Mhm.
So you love teaching, or do
Yes, I
you?
do.
Oh, I should ask, do you still love teaching, rather?
Yes, I do. I do love teaching because teaching doesn't have to be in the classroom format,
Right.
or it should not have to be like, oh, I have to do kind of a thing, kind of a chore for people. Teaching is just like sharing knowledge, which I love that.
Right.
And I think everybody can be a teacher at any point in their life. If
Right.
they everybody has a unique gift, or everybody has a different way of processing the information that we get.
That's right.
And then when you're sharing that knowledge with other people, that's, I would say, is a teaching for at the receiving end. But at the same time, by doing that, you're increasing your network, you're
Mhm.
increasing your wealth of knowledge, because you are, as a teacher, you're not just teaching, but you're hearing other people's ideas too. So when I say I teach, when I go to my classroom, it's not like what I know and I just wanted to go spit out everything. I listen to my students. They're
Right.
young. They come
Right.
up with the new ideas. And I look at my class, like 40 brains sitting in my class. And I'm like at awe, oh my God,
Right.
how they are processing information, how they're receiving this information, and how they're going to package this information and deliver back to me in a project. And
Right.
I really enjoy that process.
Okay. What field was it? So for our listeners and people watching, what field did you teach?
I'm in the information
Okay.
technology domain.
Okay. Okay. Information technology domain. So what brought you to what you're experiencing multiple things, but our listeners are business leaders, but this episode is pretty much people that are new to real estate investing or multifamily. What got you, which ladies and gentlemen, how many units are you a part of or as a GP and LP at this
I
time?
think about I think about 750 or 800.
Wow, congratulations. And how much time you started, but less than what, 3 years ago or?
Yeah, less than 3 years ago. You're right.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. What got you drawn to multifamily? Even though you're using the real estate, which I'm in the real estate too, and investing. Me and my partner, that's what our goal is to get our first units. What got you motivated to say, "Hey, I want to get a multifamily"?
Multifamily. Okay, there's a story behind that too. See, that's a
Okay.
saying that is whatever you do in your life, or whatever you envision, or how you wanted to do something, there is always some thought process, some story. There's
Right.
some trigger that's behind it that triggers you to do something. So when I left my W-2, like I mentioned earlier, after that, I was thinking I just want to travel the world. And that's what we did, me and my husband.
Okay.
Went to multiple countries, came back, and then I had this epiphany that I wanted to do something to make a difference because I just don't want it to come and go out of this life. I just wanted to make a difference, help other people. And that's
Okay.
what I created that purpose for myself. So when I created that, so the next thing was how. So I knew my address where I wanted to be. So now I needed like kind of GPS system to get there.
Right.
And, I was thinking I should go back to real estate, having the past experience in real estate. So I got my real estate license, which was expired because I never renewed it, in literally in 4 days. And
Wow. That's
yeah, and I was
moving.
like, okay, let me go take the test again. I scheduled myself for the exam, and my daughter was like, Mom, you should, just read a book or something. Just don't go just like that. How could you do that in 4 days? I'm like, no, I just had this epiphany. I'm just gonna go through, quickly the book, and I'm gonna go take the exam. And guess what? I passed in 4 days, and I have the
Congratulations. That's
thank you.
determination, right? Right.
Yes,
Determined.
exactly. So then I was thinking, now I passed the exam. What should I do now? Should I go sell homes? And which I thought, no, that's not my cup of tea, because before too, I was in the retail space and
Sure.
the commercial side of it. So I never did the home. So I say it's like, learning from the very scratch. I'm not sure if I wanted to do that. So I thought maybe I wanted to go into merger and acquisitions, because since I have a corporate background, and I have seen so many merger and acquisitions during my tenure on the system side. So how hard is going to be learning on the business side? So maybe
Right.
I should go into that. That was my focus. And I was going through my LinkedIn contacts to figure out who can help me break into this industry. And
Okay.
I saw somebody's profile, one of my friends or colleagues, I would say, it
Sure.
read like 400 some million under asset under management.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, how did that happen?
Right. Right.
Right.
Right. That's it.
So I picked up the phone, talked to him, and then learned about the multifamily. So that's how I thought, oh, that's a good thing. My friend has been doing that for last 15 years, which I didn't realize that in the beginning. So when I realized that, oh, he's doing the same thing, let me learn that and wanted to get into this field. That's how I got started here.
Wow. 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 And it's passive, but as you say, quiet as it kept, it was pretty much passive. I'm thinking too. So, wow, that's solid. That's solid. So, it was all about networking. Did you? So you knew that person for over 15 years? I mean, well, not 15
Right,
years, but you
right.
know for some time. Some time,
Yes.
though, right?
My friend who is in multifamily, we know him for last 30 years. We are family
Okay.
friends. We are like from India too. We're kind of the same hometown, you can say it.
Sure.
Maybe not exactly, but we know each other for 30 plus years. Yes.
Did you know about it at that time that he was in a multi-family,
No,
or you just overlooked it? You didn't. It wasn't on your
no,
mind. It didn't strike your eye at that time. Like, and
no.
sometimes you ever have that feeling like when someone say, "Hey, I'm gonna buy this red Mercedes," then when you get on the road, you see the same Mercedes. You know what I mean? So did you have that sight like, man, this guy here was a multi-family. He's been telling me that. I've been noticed that all the time. Did you have that type of thought? Or
Yes, I did actually. You said it very right, because we are so close friends that we meet like every weekend, in the parties. We hang out at the same parties and everything. But
sure,
it never occurred to my mind that I should ask him what he does for his day-to-day,
right,
because I know that he changed from corporate to something real estate. That's about it. That was the end of the story for me. I never paid attention. But when I learn from somebody else about the multifamily, so all of a sudden it's like, whoa,
right,
where was
right.
I? It's just like, something, when something comes to your experience, you're shining the light on that thing. So all of a sudden it's a new horizon for you.
Right, right, right. That's how I feel also learning this new, I think it's a new chapter for me, but I'm a sponge for knowledge also. But I do what it takes to meet my goals. So but I'm excited each day. That's what it sounded like you was doing when you first started. But you still are continually doing, because ladies and gentlemen, once again, I do see her on LinkedIn. She's very active on LinkedIn.
Trying.
Yeah. So I can see you still had this spirit. But so he kind of hold your hand, or he gave you guidance of what it takes to get to that level that you're on? Because that's a good time. I mean, that's outstanding.
Um, I would say yes and no, both.
Okay. Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's just like your perspective, how you look at things. So, but there are so much resources, you can find it anywhere and everywhere.
Okay.
So my thing is, I think it all comes back to your learning abilities or how you perceive certain things, because
Okay.
everybody's wired differently. So
Right.
everybody processes things differently. Everybody learns things differently. So my thing is from the very beginning, if I know something, I just dig deep and I just take off from there.
Okay.
I just don't usually wait for somebody to tell me what to do, what not to do.
Wait a minute. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all hear my previous episodes when I first began, I love perfect doing, not doing perfect. She just told you, ladies and gentlemen, she's a doer. She's a perfect doing. It's just perfect doing. It's not the opposite. But she perfect doing. She goes for it. So I appreciate that. That's why I say, ladies and gentlemen, when we get on these conversations, me and her have the vibes. We have the vibes because we understand it. So she just do it. You be perfect just doing. You're gonna make some type of mistakes, but at least you made that effort and you learn and experience. And people will pay for experience that came across. Would you agree? Think
Yes, I agree with you 100%. Because I would say to everybody, don't hold yourself back. I mean, if you didn't try, you're losing 100%. And if you try, there's a 50-50 chance. So
that's
I
right.
always like to avail my 50% chance. And
That's
guess what?
right.
I might make it 100%.
Right, right. But at least you try. You won't know till you try. Make that step.
Right.
God, go try, man. That's solid. So here's the question, because it's leading to it. Can you give us some tips for beginners? What would you suggest, or what's the tips? What's the route to go? What helped you get progress?
I think the first thing that I would like to say is that I won't give you any real estate advice. Before getting the real estate advice, just find yourself who you are. That's very important. Figure out what you want
Okay.
or where you want to be. Find your address. Address is like your future state.
Okay.
So you need to find out what your address is. If you do not know your address, you don't know where to go. You're just gonna
Okay.
be going in circles all the time. So
Okay.
once you know your address, once you see like a real estate syndicator or a passive investor or wherever you see yourself, find your address, then just come back and set up your GPS to get there.
That's right.
You'll find a way to get there.
Here's a deeper question then, because my targeted listeners have 401k or retirement income, or they're about to come close to retirement. What would you suggest? What's what would you suggest for that? The people, that's man, they just don't get it. I mean, that 401k is not. I mean, it's not going to help. I mean, it can help, but it's the average income is 183,000. The average they say you need is 7 to 10 times that amount just to live on those next through 15 to 20 years. So what's your perspective there? Let's say your perspective. What do you
Yeah,
think? What's your thoughts on that?
I can talk about
Deep.
myself. Yes, I can talk about myself. I started with my 401k too, actually.
Okay.
And I do have a EQRP, and EQRP gives you a complete checkbook control. So you can
Wow, you got
basically, it's like
control.
yeah,
Okay.
so you have your bank account. The only caveat is you cannot use the money for the personal use. So
Right.
you can invest and it comes back to your EQRP account, which I love. Why wouldn't I want to multiply my money? Why would I want
That's
my
right.
401k to just sit there?
Right.
Yes, in the stock market, you can do that, but I just feel like if it's more diversified, you
The
just,
key,
it's a better hedge for you.
diversification. Right,
Exactly.
right,
Yeah.
right, right. You
So
don't want to put all your eggs where you can't sleep, but it's good. That's the key word, diversification. And learn from that. Get with experienced people such as yourself or a group. But don't put all your eggs in one basket. But you got the key word there. I believe in. So you diversify your income. You say Am I
That's
right?
true. That's true. And I
Okay.
really love that. I actually do have a video on the YouTube on the
Okay.
401k and the retirement planning. And
What's
if
your
anyone
channel,
like,
by the way? They listed in. I'm gonna plug that. What's your?
it's a Loomba investment,
Okay.
Loomba
Okay.
investment group. Yeah, I'll give you the link to that.
Okay. Okay.
So, and if your viewers like to watch that video, it gives you kind of insight into the EQRP. How does that work with your 401k? And you have a better, like complete checkbook control versus just, um, trusting somebody else. Okay, the bank is gonna, or some mortgage company, or I would say not mortgage company, the brokerage company is gonna
Right.
invest for you, and then give you the some returns, but you don't know which
Right.
way it's gonna perform.
Right. Right. You want to have some type of control and have some type of data where your money is going or how it's performing. Most people are not aware of that at their jobs, and it's going up and down, control. But if you have that link, I'm going to have that link on here, ladies and gentlemen, for her channel, that actual video, and we will send that to you. So here's the next question, and I once again appreciate your time. What is your perspective? What are the pros and cons which I see you got it done? You just made it happen in 3 years. What are the pros and cons? What are the hiccups that you came across that now you wish I wish I'd have known this, from day one? What's the cons? We'll go
I'm
for the
gonna
bad part first. It's not really bad, you know what I mean, but something to be aware of.
Well, a lot of people see that too, whatever I'm going to say, and a lot of people are going to resonate with it. Because when you start something new, no matter what it is, there's a lot of naysayers in your life,
Okay. Yeah.
and there's a lot of negative energies around you. They wanted to pull you back. They don't want to help you. They don't want it to, they don't like to walk with you in this journey, or they don't want you to walk with them in this journey to get to your goal. But I would say if you're really, really determined and focused, just
Mhm.
put the blinders on to all this noise, focus on your goal, and you'll get there. Like I'm saying, if you have the address, you'll figure out how to get there. So most of the time, we don't know where we want to be. And that's the word I would say is the biggest hurdle in our lives. We think,
Mhm.
yeah, we want to be somebody like that, but we do not have the clarity.
Right.
So I would say the clarity is prime for any goal in your life or anything, whatever you're doing in your life. Clarity is the utmost thing. So you need to be like crystal clear, right? This is it, what I want, no matter what happens.
Right. Right.
And
Determination.
then you'll figure out, because there's a learning curve. You will learn because you will know how to get there. Once you know your address, you'll pick up the right books, you'll pick up the right, correct mentorship programs, correct masterminds. You'll network into the like-minded crowd. You will get all the information that you need to get there.
Okay.
So I think these are the basics. And most of the time, I just feel like we just share our knowledge about real estate. Okay, this worked, this didn't work. But if the basic mindset is missing behind it,
That's
it's
right.
not going to help much.
That's right. Mindset. That's right. That's right. And I always say, get away from toxic thinking, stinking thinking. I say, stay around positive people such as yourself and network with positive people. Just an ear. People that got a positive ear want to listen in. I always say that too, and positive vibes, which like I said, I'm honored to be a part of your group and meet you. And also I look for more meetings like this also. But here's another thing also. What areas are you focusing in? Are you interested in more? Because we're about to end this. I appreciate your time. What areas, you got any areas you focus on in the United States that you're looking for your multifamilies?
Right now, my focus is Texas,
Texas,
in
okay.
Georgia, Carolinas, but I'm open to pretty much any area where we can find a good deal and I'm able to partner with a strong team.
Okay.
I'm open to all, and I would say every opportunity out there. If I get a chance to
Okay.
avail that, definitely I would like to avail that.
Okay. Okay. Can you give them any positive thoughts before we end this? Any words, any positive quotes, anything you can give out? Because you're special. And I appreciate that. I really do. I'm serious. I want another episode. I really
Thank
do.
you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. The one thing just I would like to say is just strive to be the best. Strive to be a better version of yourself every day, every hour, every moment. Don't be the same version of you that you were like a moment before.
That's right.
That's the key to your progression.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Man, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm motivated now, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel. Make sure you download this if you're listening in. So thanks for watching this. And once again, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day.
Thanks for joining us on the Nicholas Brown Podcast. Make sure to visit our website, www.nickbrowninc.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or via RSS, so you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. If you like this show and you are a new real estate investor, then check out one of Nicholas's free reports called the Wholesale Dominator Report, also located on our website, www.nickbrowninc.com/free reports. Be sure to tune in for our next episode. And remember, don't condemn, don't complain, because you have a choice to make a change. Have a great day.